G'day everyone, Tim from Richardson Marine here. Behind me we've got one of the most incredible Quintrex builds in the country. This boat's been built for long range barramundi fishing in the top end, and we've been working really hard on this over the last few weeks to get it ready for the customer who's leaving next week on a trip up there. Can't wait to show you what we've done to this boat, there's a lot to see. So the customer came to us with the idea to build the ultimate boat for long range trips into remote NT rivers. He's heading up next week, so it's going to be a great first trip for this boat. He needed something that himself and his friends and family could comfortably fish out of. Long days on the water, hot weather, lots of sun, crocodiles, all the rest of it. He needs his beers to stay cold, he needs his batteries to stay charged, and he needs to be able to travel through shallow rocky water and keep the boat in one piece. So we've done a lot to this boat to get it to that stage. I'll show you what we've done. So this boat started life as a 630 Frontier, which is a 6.3 metre side console. Obviously that's been changed to a centre console, which we'll run through. Another upgrade we've done to this hull from factory was the addition of a 120 litre fuel tank. So a bit of extra range there, just peace of mind in those remote rivers. We've got a walk-through transom on the rear, and we've added this beautiful grey paint as well to the hull, which really sets the boat off. So starting from the bottom up, we've got the Easy Tow trailer. This has been upgraded and strengthened for those NT conditions with the NT spec axles. We've got a boat catch at the front, boat buckles on the rear. It's full PE skids, so drive on, drive off trailer, which is perfect for the boat catch. And it's an electric brake trailer as well. And the reason this is so important is obviously we're from Victoria, the rivers are in the NT, there's a lot of country in between, and you need that trailer to get there safely and reliably every time. So on the back here, we've got the DF200 APX, which is the fly-by-wire motor. That's running factory hydraulic steering. And we've also got that sitting on a 6-inch jacking plate, which is really essential for those shallow creeks. The reason the customer went for this boat is for the really shallow draft on it. So you shouldn't be getting stuck on rock bars or mud banks, which are everywhere up there. And the jacking plate really helps you slide into those shallow creeks with ease. So electronics wise with this boat, there's a lot going on. If we start at the front, we've got the EcoMap Ultra 125. That's hooked up to a LiveScope Plus system, so running the LVS 34 transducer. The LiveScope's going to be a really, really good addition to this boat for the Barra fishing. It's become so popular up there, and it's been a real game changer for those guys. So for this boat, we've chosen to fit the Garmin Force Kraken. We highly recommend these. We've found them super reliable and plenty of power when run off a 36 volt setup. So we've got the BLA lithium battery up there on the front, carrying that electric motor, which is going to be the perfect combination for this big heavy boat. So the other positive to the Garmin Force Kraken is the ability to link it in with the full Garmin network. So this one's going to be running off a foot pedal, but you can also run it off the remote, the app, your sounders, the watch. The options are endless with these motors. So in addition to the 12-inch Ultra up the front of this boat, we've also got one mounted on the console. So a twin setup, they can link in with each other. What we normally recommend is charts on the rear or sonar, and then LiveScope up the front for this boat is going to be absolutely perfect. And as far as the transducer for this boat goes, we've just fitted the factory GT56 on the transom. So also on the console, in addition to the sounder, we've got our switches for our drum winch and our jacking plate. We've got a compass, we've got a GME VHF radio, obviously your motor controls, and also a couple of 12 volt outlets for charging devices when you're out on the water. So we might as well run through the center console while I'm here. Obviously these come factory as a side console, and what we've done was we've taken that out and we've fabricated up lovely big T-top center console. So you've got provision for rod storage on the rocket launchers, you've got solar panels on the roof, you've got light bars up there, and it really suits this boat well, and it almost looks factory. So with the relocation of the center console to the rear, it's really opened up the front section of this boat. We've got a big underfloor kill tank, we've got a lot of fishing room, but it's also given us lots of underfloor storage options on that massive cast deck. And one thing we've done is we've fitted a 12 volt toilet in to the starboard side. It's under one of the hatches, so lift it up and it's right there, readily accessible. It's going to make those long days on the water for the customer a lot easier. And the other thing we've done with this center console relocation is move the seating around. So we've got one seat up the front there, that can be moved to several different positions on the deck. And we've put the other seat, the driver's seat, just on the transom here behind the console. So it's essentially become a rear console setup, which is really popular for the NT. It leaves heaps of deck room up the front for several people to fish at once. And it also has provision for the fridges up there, which I'll run through soon. So heaps of deck space, and it keeps everything on the back of the boat here. Weight's still distributed really well between this, because obviously all the batteries are up the front. And the whole setup works really, really well for what it's designed for. The other thing I've got to mention is we've put the Fusion stereo up there on the console. So we've got the speakers and the head unit just up there at the top. Nice and easy to reach, but also really good sound distribution through the boat while on the water. So we've got two twin angle 40-litre fridges on this boat. They've been put there just in front of the centre console, and we've got a nice box around them with a cushion on top, just for seating while on the water. Lift that up and you've got access to your fridges, so you could run one as a fridge, one as a freezer, one for drinks, one for food, one for fish, one for food. Really whatever you want. It's perfect for those remote trips, and really you wouldn't want it any other way in the NT heat. And we've got both of those fridges hooked up to a 12-watt battery. It's a 200 amp hour lithium, so it's going to keep them running for several days, no problems. So in terms of electrical systems on this boat, there's a lot going on. So we'll start at the back. We've got your two main batteries, just running your sounders, your motors. There are a couple of M27 Delcore batteries that we use here. We've also got a 36-volt BLA lithium battery up the front there. That's to run the Garmin Force electric motor. And we've also got a 200 amp hour 12-volt battery, which is running two angle fridges. So in between, we've got some DC-DC chargers. We've got some 240-volt chargers for back at mains power. And we've also got a solar panel mounted up there on the console roof. You really don't want to have flat batteries when you're out there on the water, so having a good electrical system for a boat like this is absolutely crucial. So the combo of the 200 horsepower Suzuki, the jacking plate and the hydraulic steering, it handles really well on the water. It corners beautifully, it travels through shallow water without a problem, which is essential for this build. And thanks to the fly-by-wire motor, you get really good throttle response as well. I'm really keen to see how this boat goes over the next few weeks on its first trip up north, targeting the Barra. I bet we're all wishing we're up there doing the same thing out of this boat. If you've got any thoughts or questions, let us know in the comments below. Always happy to answer. If you want to see a few more boat build walk around videos like this as well, get in contact. Always happy to do them. And if you want to see a boat like this yourself get brought to life, get in contact with us.